Things have gotten out of hand. It's all chaos now. A riot has broken out. The Chinese people are fed up too. After the issues with Pakistan, now the Chinese are also rising up. No one is getting through now.
On July 29th, a video surfaced showing Pakistanis at the border port looting Chinese merchants' goods. The robbers were not just ordinary people. Some were even customs officials from Pakistan. The person filming said,
While I was recording, they stole my phone and deleted my video, but they didn't delete it all. The part where they stole from the Chinese is still there. Look, they're just taking goods from the Chinese. They won't steal from Pakistanis. Those guys would beat them up.
One commenter mentioned that economic trade between China's Hongqi Pass and Pakistan's Sust Pass has now come to a halt. Is this the same Pakistan that China allies with? In mid-July 2025, protests broke out in Pakistan's Sust region, with people demanding the government release hundreds of detained cargo containers and stop imposing tariffs. The Sust Pass, known as the gateway to the China-Pakistan economic corridor, is the only land border between the two countries. The region has a complex history, located in the disputed Kashmir region between India and Pakistan. According to the constitution, Gilgit-Baltistan is not considered part of Pakistan, but is actually British territory. As of August 2nd, protests have been blocking the Karakoram Highway for 23 days, and the Sust Pass has been closed. This key trade route between China and Pakistan is now paralyzed. After videos of the looting surfaced, one commenter shared their experience on the platform. I've been in Pakistan for 9 years, working across border trade logistics between China and Pakistan. Many border residents and Chinese people have been carrying goods illegally to avoid taxes. A few years ago, border management was lax, but now they've become stricter, requiring taxes. This Chinese person probably didn't want to pay taxes and tried to force their goods through. Another quickly responded, if the regulations have become stricter and taxes are being enforced, then shouldn't the Pakistan customs officials be the ones to stop them? Why are ordinary citizens stepping in to block the goods? Are they really so self-aware, maintaining national assets, or are they just volunteering to help customs take action against criminals? Someone else mentioned, why did the Pakistani people block the only road linking the two countries to protest the tariffs? Why choose to close the border and sever ties between the two countries? Is it really just about the tariffs?
Remember this face? This is the customs officer from Sust. Next, he's going to steal my phone. As you can see, I keep looking back because I'm looking for this customs officer. He took my phone earlier, so I want to record him and expose him. When he saw me filming, he kept trying to hide behind this pillar. As I kept filming, it seemed like he couldn't hide anymore. So, he came forward and stole my phone. The reason he took my phone is that he didn't want me to expose him taking bribes. Why did he take a bribe? Let me explain. I'm heading back to my home country and brought 2 boxes of sockets with me that I couldn't sell. So, I am taking them back with me. These items from my home country have nothing to do with Pakistan. They're not even compatible here, so there's no issue with bringing them back. However, when he saw all this during the security check, he deliberately made things difficult for me, took my passport, and led me to a van. He immediately asked for money and even slapped me. After I gave him the money, he returned my passport. When I got out of the van, I was angry and took out my phone to record him. He didn't want me to film, so he snatched my phone and deleted the video, but I managed to recover the video using some technical means and decided to expose it. This incident is just his personal behavior. It doesn't represent the government. This is our iron brother from Pakistan.
The blogger repeatedly stressed that the customs officer's actions were personal and didn't represent the official stance, fearing that any disagreement with the CCP's narrative might lead to account suspension. However, netizens didn't buy it and left comments such as, "Did you declare the 2 boxes of sockets? Did you pay taxes? Are you smuggling? This is how Chinese people are treated abroad. They've never been respected. Don't be fooled by those online motivational quotes. The world's 3 universal currencies are gold, US dollars, and Chinese people." Some commented that the blogger had likely been involved in the personal cargo business, which had been overlooked by Pakistani customs until recently. Now that the regulations have tightened, the blogger seems to be struggling with the change. Analysts noted that protests at the Sust Pass started last year. Despite intervention by the UK government and a court ruling against the tariffs, Sust Customs continued to charge them and ignored the court's order. This led to renewed protests, highlighting the unequal distribution of interest between local officials and the federal government. Locals believe that despite Sust's critical role in cross-border trade, it has been continuously neglected in the federal economic plans. Their economic rights have been disregarded, and large-scale projects have rarely benefited them. As a key node in the China-Pakistan economic corridor, Gilgit plays an essential role in trade between China and Pakistan. However, locals have failed to gain the benefits they deserve from this economic project. Protesters have pointed out that the federal government's imposition of taxes in this region violates its controversial constitutional status because Gilgit is not constitutionally part of Pakistan. It should be classified as a non-tariff zone. This no taxation without representation demand reflects strong public dissatisfaction with economic exploitation. The local economy has been paralyzed for 8 months due to tax disputes, with thousands unemployed. Industries like hotels, transportation, and retail are in crisis. Goods are being delayed and damaged, resulting in economic losses amounting to millions of dollars. This situation also highlights the local dissatisfaction with China's Belt and Road Initiative. Locals believe that foreign capital and projects have not improved their lives. Instead, they have worsened economic oppression and inequality. Protest leaders emphasized that while local goods are stuck at customs, a few individuals are able to pass through customs quickly, further fueling public anger. This protest is not just about taxes, it's a rebellion against long-term economic exploitation and marginalization. The event not only reveals dissatisfaction with tax policies, but also highlights how China's Belt and Road Initiative has failed to bring tangible economic benefits to the locals, and has instead deepened their difficulties and frustrations. What's even more shocking is that the protests have escalated beyond blocking roads. Recent reports indicate that local anger has now been directed towards Chinese merchants operating in Gilgit, with some areas even seeing robberies targeting Chinese business owners.
My phone was stolen, guys. I'm at the Pakistani police station now, filing a report.
The blogger said that when he got out of the taxi, he forgot his phone in the car. When he remembered and rushed back to get it, he called the driver, but the phone was already turned off. Netizens noticed that he was wearing a t-shirt with an obvious Chinese flag on it, speculating that this is why his phone was taken. Just now in Peshawar, Pakistan, I was robbed. I was recording a video of life in Pakistan, holding up my phone, really excited. There were 9 of us, 3 of whom were police officers. So security should have been good. Suddenly, a man came and took my phone. Netizens commented, saying, "It doesn't seem appropriate to call Pakistan your iron brother. Why go there if there's no reason?" On July 13th, a video was uploaded showing a Chinese-run scam company in Pakistan being raided by the police. Several suspects were arrested, and their passports were permanently blacklisted. In the video, the suspects were seen chained together, being led away from the police van. The leader of the group was heavily tattooed, resembling a member of a criminal gang. On July 19th, another video surfaced showing the same group of people with their faces covered, seemingly being taken into court. Chinese netizens commented, "They're telecom scammers. This is so embarrassing for Chinese people. They should never come back. It looks like I recognize someone in there. Telecom fraud is rampant right now. The government should crack down hard on this." Some netizens expressed their disappointment, saying, "Some mainland netizens are so sad, always talking about the country. Do they know who the real bosses of telecom fraud are? It's the government. Do they know who's embarrassing China? It's the CCP." This boss is disgusting and rude, using vulgar language to insult me, thinking I wouldn't understand. He's terrible. I'll never go to his shop again. The boss turned around, unaware that she understood him, and gave her a thumbs up with a smirk. Netizens responded, "Is this still Iron Brother material?" One commenter replied, "I really hate all these marketing accounts talking about Iron Brothers. It's all about interests between nations, not friendship." Another person hinted, "Whenever they promote things like fatherly, brotherly, or family-like friendships, you should stay away. In fact, it's the so-called enemies who are safer." A local Chinese netizen uploaded a video claiming that in Pakistan, safety issues can only be dealt with by luck. Look at this. This Chinese compatriot is so pitiful. He was robbed at gunpoint at home, and all his money was stolen. The most surprising part is that the young man is a graduate of Harbin Institute of Technology, a top university. Netizens commented, "With such an education, he ended up in Pakistan. You can guess what the situation is like in China. Too bad he came to the wrong place. He didn't realize that countries with the best relations with the CCP are often the poorest, because the benefits are all stolen by the government officials." So those who were deceived by the CCP's Iron Brother propaganda and came to Pakistan quickly got a reality check. They realized that the people of Pakistan aren't the same as the government, and the Pakistani police don't hold the same level of goodwill towards China as the CCP claims. Moreover, a report about an oil deal between Pakistan and the US shocked Chinese social media platforms, with many joking that the Iron Brothers have finally turned their backs on each other. On July 31st, Central News Agency reported that the US and Pakistan had reached an agreement to reduce tariffs and cooperate in developing Pakistan's oil reserves. Reuters reported that President Trump tweeted on July 30th, "We have just concluded a deal with the country of Pakistan, whereby Pakistan and the United States will work together on developing their massive oil reserves. We are in the process of choosing the oil company that will lead this partnership." Trump did not provide further details in his post. Pakistan's Foreign Minister Ishaq Dar also confirmed the agreement on social media, but did not elaborate. Trump did not mention any tariff agreements, but Pakistan's Ministry of Finance stated on July 31st that the trade deal will lower tariffs, especially on Pakistani goods exported to the US. However, they did not specify details like the tax rates. The Pakistani Ministry of Finance also mentioned, "This agreement marks the beginning of a new era of economic cooperation, especially in energy, minerals, information technology, cryptocurrencies, and other sectors." According to new tariff measures announced by Washington in April for multiple countries, Pakistani goods exported to the US may face tariffs as high as 29%. Ishaq Dar previously stated that after his meeting with US Secretary of State Marco Rubio, both sides were very close to reaching an agreement, and they expected to announce it within a few days. After their meeting on July 25th, Dar and Rubio revealed that the discussions also covered expanding trade and cooperation in key minerals and mining sectors. Other Pakistani officials have also traveled to the US for negotiations. According to details from the U.S. Trade Representative's website, the total trade of goods between the U.S. and Pakistan is expected to reach $7.3 billion in 2024, up from about $6.9 billion in 2023. The U.S. trade deficit with Pakistan in 2024 is projected to be $3 billion, a 5.2% increase from 2023. In recent years, Washington has been trying to strengthen its relations with major Asian nations. To counter China's influence in the region, the U.S. has designated Pakistan as a major non-NATO ally. The Chinese government has not reacted to this explosive news, and major media outlets remained silent for 4 days before starting to report on it through platforms like Sina and NetEase. Sina published an article stating, starting from August 1st, the U.S. will impose a 25% tariff on goods from India. Just as Trump was preparing to target India, he stepped into the oil fields of its old rival, Pakistan. The article also specifically mentioned a pointed remark from Trump. On July 30th, 2025, he wrote, "Who knows, maybe they'll be selling oil to India someday." The article clearly intends to stir up tensions between the US, India, and Pakistan, but it also reveals a deep anxiety. What China fears most is that under Trump's mediation, India and Pakistan, two countries that have been longtime rivals over territorial disputes, might one day reconcile. NetEase, a media outlet with official Chinese backing, also reported on the matter, stating that the situation is serious. The article began by noting, Pakistan's army chief, General Munir, is being hosted with high-level receptions in Beijing. It went on to mention, China's latest J-35A stealth fighter jets, VT-4 tanks, and other cutting-edge military equipment are continuously being delivered to Pakistan. These multi-billion-dollar military cooperation projects clearly haven't been finalized overnight. Saying that Pakistan is leaning towards the US may be an overly simplistic judgment. From Pakistan's perspective, it seems like a desperate balancing act. That America's recent move could be seen as a three-bird strategy, cleverly executed. The first bird is aimed directly at China's energy channels. Balochistan, a province in Pakistan, is at the core of the China-Pakistan economic corridor. Over the past decade, China has invested over $60 billion in the development of the Gwadar port and an energy network, creating a strategic point that directly connects to the Indian Ocean. America's move, inserting itself directly into China's belly, is viewed by analysts as a precise counterbalance to China's regional influence. The second bird targets Pakistan's geopolitical value. By restoring Pakistan's status as a major non-NATO ally, the U.S. aims to weaken the cohesion of the China-Pakistan economic corridor. On a deeper level, this strategy complements the U.S. policy towards India. As the agreement was announced, the U.S. imposed a 25% tariff on India, forcing India to reconsider its stance between the U.S. and Russia. The third bird is aimed at global resource control. Almost simultaneously with the U.S.-Pakistan agreement, the U.S. acted on both the western and eastern fronts of Central Asia. On the western front, the U.S. inserted itself into Pakistan's energy sector, while on the eastern front, it targeted Kazakhstan's mineral resources. Julie Stuft, the U.S. ambassador to Kazakhstan, stated her intention to make American companies the preferred partner for Kazakhstan. The article also mentions that from August 1st, the US will impose a 25% tariff on Kazakhstan, pressuring the country to hand over newly discovered global-grade rare earth minerals. America's strategic intent is clear, to choke off both oil and mineral access along the Belt and Road Initiative. If Pakistan's resources are shifted to Western markets via American companies, the value of Gwadar port as China's alternative to the Malacca Strait will significantly diminish. What's even more aggressive is that the US aims to create economic landmines, making China lose out on resource prices. While controlling oil and minerals, the US also creates scarcity. Analysts believe that this section of the article on NetEase is relatively objective. The changes in policy at the Sust Pass in Pakistan subtly reflect that the government is making significant adjustments between the US and China. The protests from the public reveal that China's Belt and Road Initiative has never delivered tangible benefits to the people. On the contrary, it has severely hurt the local economy, leading traders to even block the only trade route between China and Pakistan. Signals from Pakistan show that, whether it's the government or the people, this ally, which the CCP has tried so hard to portray as an iron brother, is now becoming a major source of trouble for the CCP.